Hi Silva, hi Genji, Tinchu. I think Silva, your video was visible right today, so it will be great that if you join on in the last call over your video with the thumbs up. Okay. So hope let's start within a couple of minutes. In the meanwhile, all your friends will be joining soon. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Hope I must be clearly audible and visible, guys. Betsy, how are you? Genji.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Genji. So how's the learning going on, Mathaiji? Are you on the path of are you on the path of learning? All going good? Selva, Betsy.
My video couldn't connect. We cannot start your video because of post of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, Betsy. If you are not comfortable, you may write your responses to your chat board. That is also good way. So we are in the hope that all of your friends will be joining soon and will start the same. Okay. In the meanwhile, if I ask, have you visited the last class recording and any doubts from there? It's okay, Silva. It's okay, Silva. If your video couldn't connect, it's okay. I think by the time I was about to join, you were on your video, and sooner I joined, your video disconnected. So that was one thing I observed.
Okay.
So if you are using desktop, there might be a problem. If you are using laptop, it shouldn't be a problem. So which device you are using, Selva?
Laptop, sir.
Then how come the video is not there? Have you went for allowing all the video and the audio permissions? Have you given permissions to the Zoom?
Yeah, I given permissions before connected that. That
Okay.
moment it was my video I could see, but now I couldn't see. When I go to connect, the host has asked you to start video. Now it's going to start. I hope now you can meet me there.
Yes, 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 yes. You are visible. Very good, very good. You are looking great.
First time we are meeting.
Yes, 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 yes. Actually, we used to give such a photograph which represents our either a childhood or a younger age. So most of the time we feel very much enthusiastic at the time we used to be young. So it's good that we go for that. It's nice to look for you at least for the first time. So that's inspiration. You are on mute. Okay. In the meantime, we'll allow the people to be joining by the session. Let me
Yeah.
share my screen and share. Let's go through what we had studied so far and where are we heading today. So I'll be sharing my, I think, PowerPoint slideshow. Is it visible? Comprehending streaming data.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. So moving ahead, we had started our journey towards the streaming data. See, when we say the streaming data, that simply mean that it is not static. Keep it very simple. It's not static. And here we learned what is the meaning of a moving average. Do you remember the meaning of a moving average? Anybody? How the average is moving? Like if you can look for, so we had seen that, okay, if these are the candles, say these are the red candles going down, the trend is going down, or the sellers are quite, may I say, uh, motivated, or sellers are dominant at this position. So the average of the previous candles would be changing likewise as I'm creating this. So see, this will be changing likewise. So this line is called a moving average. So you have an average which is actually moving along with the previous data. Then we learned that what is the meaning of a smoothing trend, short versus long-term trend, simple, and the weighted moving average. Any doubt in this? If you have, because this, see, trend means either uptrend or downtrend. And there is one more thing which comes under trend. We don't call it a trend, we call it a sideways. How come a sideways? Say suppose the sale of a product is going likewise, so we will call it a uptrend, complete uptrend. If a sale of a product is going likewise, we call it a downtrend because it is diminishing with the time. But what happens when the sale is going likewise? Sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes up, sometimes down. So it is captured within a range. Can you see? It has certain range over which it is not able to cross the range. So such a trend is called sideways. It is neither going up nor going down. Is this third one clear? Guys, Selva, Genji, is the third one clear? Sideways.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Similarly, when we say short-term trend versus long-term trend, if you are looking for a bigger time frame, you will call it a long term. Can you see? over the, say, for the period of say 20 years, this is a uptrend. But if I only study this period, like say 1.5 year, 1.5 year, only this trend, this particular time frame, then in this time frame, if I extrapolate, you can see this has gone likewise. So you can say it was for a short term downtrend, and again for a short term it is an uptrend. So short term means, mind it here, everything is related to the term, and the term means is the time period. Like you are always been advised that if you are purchasing any financial practice or financial instrument, if you are investing your money, then if you are going for a period of 3 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years, suppose, it's a short term. It's a short term. But if you are going between 5 to 10, 10 to 25 kind of investment, so it's a long term. So it is been recommended by the people that, okay, if you are going for a short term, it's good to be in a debt fund, in a debt funds. But if you are going for a longer period of time, it is good to either invest directly in the mutual funds, MF, or you may go with the ETFs, exchange traded funds. You may directly go to the stock selections of your choice, or you may directly invest in the index. Okay. So it depends what is the time frame. If you are, yes, if you are going for a bigger time frame, go with the Sanesh, I think, are you talking to me?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Yeah, please mute yourself, Sanesh. Thank you. First time I heard Sanesh talking in some different language. Okay, great. So hereby the short long term is being described as before. Similarly, we had also seen that what is the meaning of a simple moving average and a weighted moving average. Simple means you took three values, say 5, 15, say 9, you added them up, you took an average. So this will be 5 plus 15 plus 9, say it turns out to be how much? 20 plus 9, 29, 29 up by 3. So a bit around the moving average comes over 3 9 27 and 3 6 18. So 9.6 would be a moving average to it. But if you go for a weighted moving average to the same thing, you have to assign higher weight to the 9, then second highest to the 15, and third highest to the 5. Isn't it? Do you remember this from our last week discussion, guys? If this is being remembered, then only the next thing could be understood. So we had seen that, yes, how the simple moving average is going to work, we had already seen, and how it works as well. Vishnu Prasad, if you can mute yourself. So right today we will take Vishnu Prasad, mute yourself. We will see that how we actually create the EMA, exponential moving average, for 4 period, 3 period, and 2 period moving averages. And we are going to use the Microsoft Excel sheets for the same. This was the calculation we performed last time, and we had seen that which moving average worked, how come. So we went for 3-week moving average, and 3-week moving average was being calculated considering 3 previous entries, and all the 3 previous entries are being considered, and then the average was taken out, and then you can see the moving average is actually hovering around 40 to 43. Can you see? This is the value in which the average is moving. So that's why we said moving average. Similarly, we found multiple types of error. We are going to look it for today over the MS Excel sheet. Then weighted moving average we have understood well. Now, here also we had looked for the last time that yes, if we went for the say sales data and how to calculate the weighted moving average, we had supposedly taken two weights. One weight is 3, another weight is 2. So this is the highest weight, this is the second highest weight. So 3 is being multiplied with the previous entry and the second highest is being multiplied with the before that. So this is how, keep it a simple, the highest weightage is to be given to the most recent entry. Simple. Most recent entry should be given the highest weightage. This is what we learned last time. And if I move ahead, I'll be using this screen in order to let us understand that yes, what is the meaning of it and how to learn this particular aspect, like simple exponential smoothing. So this simple exponential smoothing, see, mind it, we learned SMA, simple moving average. We learned WMA, weighted moving average. But had we learned smoothing? Guys, any idea about smoothing? Had we learned smoothing? No, we had not. So in order to understand the smoothing, we are required to look for that, yes, how the, may I say, future values are being understood, because smoothing and the exponential smoothing is to be understood in the way that we are going to calculate the future value of a given, say, given targeted data, future value of a given targeted data. Say suppose you are having the value where you would like to see what would be the sales or what would be the projected sales of your product by the next week. Then in that case, the future value is going to help you. And how to go for calculating the future value? Say it simply says, the simple exponential smoothing formula uses a smoothing parameter alpha. So always remember, we are going to use a smoothing parameter called as alpha. So alpha will be treated as a smoothing parameter to calculate the forecast for the next period. So see, as we were using the weights, you remember we were using the weights to calculate something. So we were dependent upon the weights itself. But hereby we will be using the alpha, which they have given a term of the smoothing parameter, and they will be used to calculate the forecast of for the next period, like as I said, next week sales based on the current observation. Say you have the data till date. Say what's the date today? Today is around 20th of October 2024. So say till today, you have this date and you want to predict, okay, what would be the sales of my product by the next 27th of the October. Then what shall you do? In order to make that forecasting, you require the current observation as indicated here, current observation and the previous forecast. And see, the previous forecast means what was the forecasting and the data which was available. So you need current data. We are going to look for that, and then we will be forecasting how to perform such a thing. Okay, therefrom we will look for forecasting with the exponential smoothing. Like see, this is the simple exponential smoothing that will be using the alpha. Exponential smoothing is an effective method for forecasting time series data. What we have studied, like we will be implementing simple moving average, exponential moving average, weighted moving average, and that will be called as exponential smoothing. and as its places more weights on the recent observation. As I simply said, whatever recent observation is there, higher weight will be given to that, and while still considering the historical data. So see, if you remember, when we were using the weighted moving average, WMA, weighted MA, we were, say suppose if we are only having last four weights, or say we are only having four weights to be applicable, we are only, in that case, we were only using last four entries, last four historical entries, in order to predict for the futuristic average. But here, as it says, here it will be giving weights to the recent observation, that is fine, but it is not going to forget the historical data. Mind it, it is not going to forget. It says while still considering the historical data in the last two bottom lines. Okay, and what is the benefit of exponential smoothing? Simple smoothing definitely is easy to implement, but requires minimal data. So if you have a small data, say hardly 100 rows, 200 rows, 500 rows, go for simple exponential smoothing. But if you are having a bigger data, say 1 lakh rows, 10 lakh rows, go for exponential smoothing. So this is how to quantify. You should learn how to quantify the things. Okay, great. So making it popular as a forecasting technique. So right today we are going to look for how to look for the forecasting and how to prepare for that. Say suppose I'm having a week data as a time period, and I'm having a sales data as a weekly basis, and here I'll be using to forecast those data. So I'll be using the current data and the previous data to forecast my sales. Isn't it interesting? To forecast. See, I'm not predicting here, I am forecasting. So it is not saying, okay, if you had given this input, that should be the output. No, it says basis your input, that this could be your output, and that might be, may I say, that might have happened before, that might not have happened before. So never be confused with the prediction. Prediction is something which a model learns from the data. Forecasting is something which a model says that this might happen. It is not like it learned it, it is saying it might happen. Say suppose I'm having a week one data as the sales happen. Say suppose for, I have written it for my reference, let me use it. So say for the first week 39 units of the product had been sold. In the second week, say 44 units has been sold. Third week 3 units had been sold. Fourth week 45 units had been sold. Fifth week 38. Then going for sixth and seventh week as say 43 units and 39 units again. So now how to forecast this? This is the question. So if I give you a proper answer to this, the forecast is being used as f of t plus 1, means you are forecasting the future. Let me write it. See, t plus 1 means t is the current time and t plus 1 is the future. So I'm writing forecasting the future. So to forecast the future, you should be having two things. One is the present and the previous values. Okay. So it says, the formula says you will be using the current values or the current data that is being represented by AT. So alpha times AT plus 1 minus alpha times f of t. F of t. This should be remembered and by heart. This has come from the forecasting techniques of a time series data. So this AT means the current observation. The current observation. And see, mind it, it is indicating t, not t plus 1, t. So at time t, what is the current observation? And at time t, at the same time, what is the previous forecast? Okay. Why I am saying previous forecast here? Would anybody be able to answer? Why I am saying previous forecast for the time t, and I am saying the current observation for the same time t? Anybody? Sanesh, Betsy,
Because it's built based on historical data, right?
yeah, that is correct. But for the same time, I am using AT as a current and FT as a previous. So would you be able to repeat your answer? Whosoever has given the
Fazil. Yeah.
yeah, Fazil. So Fazil say here f of t plus 1, if I give you an instance, f of t plus 1 is a forecast which we are supposed to do now. And this f of t is already done forecast, means this forecast has already been done. So we do the forecast for the future. So in the past, the current is a future. Say if you travel your past, your today is a future. Yes or no? So if your past in standing in your past, if your today is a future, so this time t is said previous forecast. So the machine or the model has already forecasted this value, and that is why, see, we are giving 1 minus alpha weightage to it. So the smoothing is happening to the current observation and the previous all observations. Does this make sense? And this alpha represents smoothing. So you might question that, sir, you have made us learn the, say, smoothing, but where is the smoothing done here? So we learned simple exponential smoothing, forecasting with that. So where is the smoothing? The alpha is the smoothing portion here, my dear. So how to forecast? The question comes likewise. So for the first value, we take f of t, because this is a forecast which is already done, and we are doing the current forecast, and we don't have previous forecast for the first week sale. Suppose you have started the business. So this week you did 39 units of product is being sold. So at this moment of time, we will consider ft is equal to 80 only for the first entry, that is equals to 39. Is this point understood? Because the current value is the previous forecast, because we don't have data before that. Is this point understood? Why I have chosen ft equal to 80 for the first thing?
Yes, we don't have a previous forecast.
Yeah. Thank you, Janji. So hereby, if I choose alpha equal to 0.2, and I show you how the things work. So if I choose alpha equal to 0.2, if I go for f of t plus 1, I'll be having, see, this is f of t plus 1 here, f of t plus 1. So f of t plus 1 is alpha, means 0.2 times a of t. What is a of t? 39. Plus, what is 1 minus alpha? 0.8. 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. What is f of t? Again 39. So if I take 39 common, it adds up to 0.2 plus 0.8. So it adds up to 1. So answer again f of t plus 1 comes out to be 80. Have I proved my point? Here, why this f of t plus 1 is chosen as 30, why it came to be 39 as the previous 80, because of the same value. But the journey changes thereupon. Here, if you are going to calculate f of t plus 1, so how will you calculate hereby? Say, if you have taken alpha equal to 0.2, so you will multiply 0.2 by, this is the actual sale, this is 80. Yes or no? This is 80. And if you multiply it by 44, plus 0.8 times, means 1 minus alpha times f of t. What is f of t now? Anybody? See, you have to solve this. I'm helping you out. What is f of t now?
39.
39. Very good. So I'm writing 39 here. So please multiply it and get me the answer. 44 into 0.2, how much? 0.88 plus 9 8 is 72. 8 3 are 24 plus 7, 31. 31. So how much it comes out to be? I think I have done something else. 0.4. It is 8.8, sir. 8.8.
Yeah.
8.8 plus 31.2. Okay. 31.2. Add them up. It makes up to 31 plus 8. How much? 39. But 8 plus 2 again add up to 40. It makes up to 40. Is this understood? Why the 40 has come? Guys, have you understood why the 40 has come? Janji, Betsy, Sanesh, Fazil, Kunal.
Yeah.
Is this understood?
Yeah, yes.
So see, mind it, have a deep view. This 40 is actually equals to the next week's sale. Can you see? At this moment, we are standing here. We are standing here. Let me rub this at least. Let me rub this part. This moment of time, we came to know that yes, we are having 44 into 0.2 plus 39 into 0.8 equals to 40. So here the prediction came out to be 40, and see, exactly the same sale happened. So this is a 80 here in this sales format. This is all 80, and these are the values. Okay, so now you know it well. When the values are same, the answer comes same, because we used 39 here. So the 39 came to be the answer. So here the prediction is, sorry, forecasting is also 40 and actual thing is also 40. So there's a very smooth curve. So the next f of t plus 1 again will come out to be same. 40 comes out, 0.2 plus 0.8 equals to 40. Next thing again. But here, this 45 for f of t plus 1 will be different. So see this, it is 80. 0.2 times 45 plus 0.8 times 40. Okay, because I'm using the previous value of the ft. So this ft is 40 now. So this comes out to be how much? 8 4 ja 32. So this comes out to be 32 plus 45 to ja 90. So 32 plus 9, 41. So see here, 41 has came, but the actual sale degraded. Are you able to see? It forecasted 41 units will be sold, but actual sale which happened was 38. So again, it will use the value of 38, f of t plus 1. So 0.2 times how much? 38 plus 0.8 times how much? 41. And please get me the value of this. So do abide by. It should come out to be 40.40. If this comes, do let me know. And rest of the things, please calculate. So if I give you the values, it should come out to be around, say, 40.92 the next one and 40.5 for the last one. Okay. So these are the forecasting based on the previous data. So are you able to get it through? What type of learning we are doing today? We are actually forecasting. We have used the smoothing parameter, and you may change that as well. Mind it, there's a difference. We were having weighted moving average, WMA, for which these weights were defined, whether we have 1 weight, 2 weight, 3 weight, 4 weight. But here, can you see this alpha, where if you select a smoothing parameter, this is applicable to all the previous data if you have one. So this is what it is meant for. Makes sense? So here also you may see this 0.8 is been given the higher weightage. 39 is been given the higher weightage as a 0.8. 80% weightage is given. 80% importance is been given to the previous forecast, and a lesser importance is been given to the current value. Okay. So similarly, you should try to understand and commemorate the same thing. So right now I'll be taking you to the Microsoft Excel, whereby we will be learning how to create the forecasting charts. Okay. So, okay, Selva has given 44 as answer. Selva, no answer has come as a 44. If you can see, no answer has come as a 44 yet. Please recheck. So I'm going to reshare the screen. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to reshare the screen, stopping it and resharing it with the MS Excel. Okay, where is that? Here, I think. See, when you deal with multiple things at a time, it happens. EMA Excel share. Is this a screen visible, guys? My Excel screen? Yes?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So hereby we will be creating this chart. So we will be going for the time period, and we shall go for actual sales. Sorry, let me. Actual sales. Then we will take 4-period moving average, and then we shall decrease 4-period. Here 4-period means you may consider period as a week, as a month, as a year. It's your choice. 4-period moving average. Say you should, I think, wrap it. See, it has been wrapped here. Then I'll be going for forecast error. Second. Forecast error. Then I'll be going for the modulus of the same error, because I'm more interested in the error, not the value, not the sign of the error. Then we shall go for the error square of the error. If I go for here, do we have? No, we don't have that facility. So I'll simply make as a like this. So I hope it understood as an error square, and then we will go for absolute percent error. Percent error in percentage. Where is the percentage here? Here. Great. So wrap it and make it. So I've bolded it. Okay, so now I'll include the values of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I can go for 8. How much data I have till 9 weeks? 8, 9. Great. And the actual sales comes out to be, say, I'm having 45 in the first week, then 51, then 54. I'm using already used data such that the answer should come exact, such that I could verify your answer as well. 40. If I choose 53 units, then 44 units. Now Silva would be good to feel that 42 units. Now, see, only we are blessed with this much of data, mind it. Only this much of data we are blessed with. Rest of the things we are supposed to calculate. Now, 4-period moving average. So where should I start calculating the moving average? Guys, now it is up to you. Give me the answers. Which line should I start with the calculation of a moving average? In this vertical line, which cell should I start with? Yes. Yes, Selva, Sanesh, Janji, Betsy, Kunal, Faisal.
45.
55. Say suppose, who answered this?
40.
See, if you start with 45, suppose, then where are 4 periods? Where are 4 weeks? If a period is a week, then where are the 4 weeks moving average? You should at least take 4 weeks to calculate the moving average of the 4 weeks for the last 4 weeks to predict further. Sorry, to forecast further. Yes or no?
It's means 40.
Yeah, the
It's
fifth one, 50.
50. Okay. Means you are saying I should start writing my first moving average, first 4-period moving average here. Yes or no? See, definitely you have to take last 4 entries. So what are they? 45, 51, 54, 42. They are the entry. And where you are going to calculate them, when the next sales come, for the next sales moving average, you are going to use them. Yes or no? So to use them here, you are very correct. Go for calculating the average. Simple average. Okay. Average. And which numbers? Select them from 45 to 42. Does this make sense? And see, the 48 has come. And drop it down to 40, then 53, then 44 and 42, and you will be having your number mine. Yes or no? And say if you draw further, because you have the previous data, you will have 44.75. But if you drop them further, see, unknown data. Even if you keep on dropping, division by 0, here the error has come. So it has considered some place as divide by 0 because there is nothing selected, and with whom to decide, with whom to divide. May I call that? Because say suppose if you are taking an average, it should be very much clear that how many numbers are there. So that much of division is required. So we won't consider them, and fairly we will go till this 10th one. Make sense? Why? Because this can be calculated for the previous 4 entries. Hope this calculation is making sense to all of you. Should I move ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So now the forecast, here it is a forecast error. Why it is not showing? One second. Now it is good. Forecast error is actually the error between the moving average and the actual sales. Moving average and the actual sales. So make it equal to actual sales minus the moving average. Comes out to be 2. Double click over plus and see it fills the entry by itself. Yes or no? Are you doing it along with me? So
Yes.
here we won't we won't consider it because we don't have actual sales over there. That's why the same answer has come, 0 minus 44.75. So till this point, it's great. And here we are now converting our data into the positive thing. So equals to, do you remember the function in MS Excel to convert any data into positive one? Quick. How to convert any data into positive value? Don't you remember? It's written in front of you. When we convert a negative value to a positive value, what do we call that? Remember? I think most of the guys are busy in the event of, I think, okay. Should I ask you one question, that are you guys also celebrating the Karwa Chauth right today? Because right today, most of you might be celebrating the same. So your focus might be towards the worshipping the Lourdes. Is it the same? That's why people are not answering me.
No, sir.
Abdauji. No, Shanis, are you single?
Equal to minus that or plus.
Yeah, I understand, Genji. So equals to, it's not minus. See, Sanish, we are taking the absolute value, means the positive value. So in order to get the positive value, we use
Plus.
the absolute function, ABS. And now it is seeking the number. Take this, close this, press enter. And hit to this. See, all the values only turned positive. Only turned positive. Is this understood? What happened here? We have taken the absolute of the previous column. ABS equals to ABS previous column. Here we are taking the square of the same, equal to this column and multiplying with the same column again. Equals. Make sense? Then absolute, yes, absolute percent error. What do you think it could be? Absolute percent error. See, first of all, don't worry about the percent error. So first think about the absolute error. So we have the error value, like this error. This is an absolute error, means the absolute value of the error. So equals to, mark this value, absolute, divided by which thing? If you are going with the 50, suppose if you are going with the 50, you are having 0.04, but is it a percentage? So why I have divided by 50? Because it's actual sale. Do you remember the when you calculate the loss or the profit, percentage loss, percentage profit, you divide the profit or the loss value by cost price, not the selling price. Do you remember that maths? Yes or no? Here we are dividing the error, absolute error, by the actual sales. See, E7 by B7. E7 by B7. E7 is the column of error and B is the column of actual sale. So if it is understood, you simply make them a bracket and apply the multiplied by 100 and you get your answer as a 4%. And if you drag it down, you get 23%, 12.26%, 5.11%, 11.309%. So this is how, very simply, extremely simply, we can go for, from only the actual sales data, we can calculate the as many moving period average, forecast error, their squares, and the percentage errors. But if I would like to calculate their mean average error, mean square error, like MSC, which we used to give to the machine learning model, if you remember. So here we have this percentage error. So we can calculate MAD, mean absolute deviation, or we call it mean absolute error. Okay, you simply need to calculate the average here, AVG average, sorry, EV average of which value, of the all the value for which the error is been calculated. Simple. So see, 4.95 is the mean absolute error. Means that the deviation from the mean is 4.95 unit, or approx 5 units. So say people sold the value at 44, but the model predicted it as 39. People sold the product at 50, but the model predicted 54.95. Does it make sense? What's the meaning of MAD? Guys, meaning of MAD. Similarly, if you go for MSC, mean square error, simply equals to average, because see, you have only required to take the average now and nothing else. 31.8875. Similarly, if you go for what is this, absolute percentage error, so MAPE, mean absolute percentage error, you go for equals to average, simply, sorry, what happens, average, you are done here. See, 11.162. So the overall error is 11% between your model and the actual sales. This is what it does represent. Okay, so this is for 4-period moving average. Now we can also learn the same for, what should I call, 3-period moving average. So nothing to worry about. So if I ask you to calculate it for 3-period moving average, take this and take it likewise, Control C, and copy it here, Control V, and this 4-period moving average becomes 3-period moving average. Simple, 3-period moving average. But what changes should I do? Now your input is recommended. What changes should I do here? See, the sales is same.
Starting from 4th.
Very good. We will start from here. So I will simply put equals to the average of the initial top 3. Simple. Initial top 3. So I have started with the first one, but it is my duty, my dear, to extend it to the last, else the previous values will take the, may I say, will take their position. That is not correct. See, these value 48, 49.5, 46.5, these value are the previous value which are calculated for 4-period moving average. So simply take this plus sign, take this down till 44.75 and see it changes. Yes. So now the 4-period moving average is being calculated for 3-period moving average for the actual sales. So let me make it actual sales, such that it shouldn't be a problem to us. Okay, great. So this is still 50, but we have to make the same thing here as well. So just take it up and make it up, minus it. And you can select forecast error is 42 minus 50 is minus 8. So we have done the correct one. just make it up, plus 8, error square, it should come 64. It is absolute percentage error, it should come 19.0467. Great. But is MAD and MSc correct? Is MAD and MSc correct? See, I'm asking about them. MAD and MSc correct? You have to check. Go to 5.2, see where from it is coming, N7 to N11. But we are having the value from this value, may I say, this value, that is N6. Now we have N6 as a filled value, but we have not considered it. So make MAD rather than from N7, make it from N6. Is this understood what happened? N6.
Yes, yes.
Similarly, don't make it everywise means differently, just drag it horizontally. So it will rearrange itself. Isn't it a beautiful thing to learn Excel and simplify the life? Else the whole day will be wasted in only calculation from the calculator. And that's to not guaranteed to be a correct one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if this is understood, may I say or may I ask that if you could be able to calculate the two period weighted moving average. See, till now we had calculated 4 period moving, 3 period moving, but now I am asking you to create 2 period weighted moving, not moving, weighted moving. So you need to consider the weights as well. So I'm going to copy the same thing. No worries to that. So I think I should copy here. It makes no sense. And anyways, we have to make a change. So say I'm going here by Control V, and rather than 2 period moving average, if I go for 2 period weighted moving average, my dear, this makes sense.
Starting from
It's
3.
a weighted moving average. Yes. Two period weighted moving average. So now where are the weights? The question comes. So you select the weight, say suppose it's only 2 period weighted moving. So select one weight to be 0.36. Consider another weight to be 1 minus 0.36, that is 0.64. Remember the alpha value? So if you consider one weight to be, say, I'm considering the smaller one, 0.36, and second one is 1 minus, sorry. See, if you are ever in doubt, always use the formula equals to 1 minus the previous value, 0.64. Simple. Don't guess, use maths. So because it's a 2 weighted, you have to select the first 2 and start from the third one. So if you start equals to, but here you are required to do it manually. How come? You select the first one, 51, and multiply it with the highest weight. You give the highest importance to the most recent input. So 0.64. See, I have given the cell address. So this is what I'm doing it, plus I'm making it as, okay, I have to, will take itself because the bottom mass tool. And if I make plus and 45 multiplied by 0.36, the lesser weight, less importance. Okay, but now I'm going to cover it with the, sorry, what happened? We found a typo in your formula. Do you want to accept this correction? Yes, 48.84. See what they have done? they have not even applied it. So if you go for this, do this, hardly any change happens. So this 48.84, you may see the fx here, the formula sign, this one, you see, always look for this. Okay, going the tab, 48.84 and double click. Why it is not taking it? 1 second. Then it taken it as a 0. Oh, we have not divided that. 48.84. We can't divide, because if we divide, it adds up to 1 only. It add up to 1 only. So 1 second. It did not take that. Just give me. Would you be able to help me out here? That I used equals to B21 into K21 plus B20 into J21. Okay, for the time being, suppose if I do not use K21 because I have not fixed it, if I simply use 0.64 because I have the values, and instead of using J21, if I use the values of, because see, after them, I don't have the values. That's why it is taking 0 for lower columns of 0.36 and 0.64. So now it is 0.36. Now, most possibly it should take that. And here, why it's coming B22, why J22 is same? What happened? Second. I'm just here. I have to simply delete it. Here. Oh, can you see? I have not kept decimal. 48.84. And now, can you see how the things have changed? Understood? 42.72. Likewise, similarly, if you are going for forecast error, simply uplift them up. Simply uplift them up. Make them up. Percentage error, make them up. Simple. For MED, what you are required to do, you select E22. From 22, you have to calculate. Hope I make sense to all of you. And if you click over here, that's already data here. Do you want to replace it? No. 6.548 and likewise. Okay. So this is how we calculated it, but we have not visualized it yet. Give me 1 minute. I'll give you how to visualize the things. Select everything. Selecting everything, go to insert. You will go to charts. Here, why it is not selecting the chart? 1 second. Okay, it is not selecting the chart. Second. See, I think I need to remove this. 1 second. I'm removed. And now I'll be using the mouse. Taking. So have you understood, guys? Even I'm not able to check it here. See, my mouse is not working, so I'm not able to select right now. So have you understood that yes, how I have selected it and how this chart has come in order to showing all the MAD, MSc, MAP. So hereby you are required to select the chart of line chart. Okay. You are required to select the line chart. And if I'm correct, I think this is working. So I went to this line with the markers, going great. Okay. So this is what the data is. This is where I go insert. I go to, you see how the things are being selected. Let me delete this as well. Let me delete this as well. Do it fresh for you. Selecting this and okay, if I do not select that, suppose if I select these two things, suppose, and show you that how the things are working. See here. Can you see how the actual sales versus the time period things are being taken together? You may choose this one as well in order to understand. Similarly, for the 3 period, select these two and go to insert, go to the charts. I always wanted to give you the instance where they should come all together, but it's okay. So see, even here, if I give you the instance, see the nature of the chart, how the chart is changing. Okay. So similarly, please draw for the 2-weight moving average. Say if I choose this one as well, and I go for the insert. See, can you see all of them 2-weighted moving average on the same chart? If you go for selecting this and I simply say delete this. So if I simply delete this chart as well, and I select for 4 period the complete, insert. See how in the same chart how it is showing, how smooth the things are going on.
So totally.
See, so the more is the period, the more is the, see, the more is the period, the more would be the smoothing. Okay guys, this was the crux of the story. The more is the period, more would be the thing. So please come to the
Better
dash.
share this
Let's have
Excel
our
and chat board.
Yes, I'll be sharing this Excel chart board. I'll be sharing this Excel chart board with the Athira and Eduwing management. So,
Maybe it will take time. Maybe better we can share your chat box, then we can download now.
yes. Okay, you are asking me right now.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me come to the chat. The chat section. I'm going to everyone. Where is everyone? May I find everyone here? Meeting groups, meeting group chat. Okay. I attach. No, it's not about the screenshot. I would like to attach the attachment file only. Great. So I am attaching my file saying Microsoft SharePoint, your computer. To my computer, I'm going here and documents, EMA. He's saying this file is in use, enter the new name or close the file. Let me close the file. Guys, give me a few seconds.
Yeah, better, sure, yes.
Okay, open. And here it is. I have shared it. Please download. Thank you for this, that yes, you asked it right now. So it will be helpful, at least for today only, you will be able to learn that. Are you able to download? If yes, please come to the dashboard for your beautiful pictures.
Yes.
Okay. do come. So we have to go and prepare for our Karwa Chauth, because it's our one of the festival. All the married guys. Okay. Adavji. Yeah. Thank you, Sunesh. Okay, going great. Thank you. All the best, Kunal. Bye-bye. Take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy your day with your better half.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.